A Grand Africa Initiative has held the third edition of an annual youth summit tagged the Africa We Want, Nexus between the youth, peace and entrepreneurship too. The Pan-African Summit held virtually attracted more than 3,000 participants from 62 countries across the world. The executive director of GAIN, Chinwe Okoli, emphasized that the GAIN Youth Summit has, over the past 3 years, deepened discourse and contributed to shaping policies to unleash the economic potentials of young Africans. The president and chairman, board of directors, African Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, lauded GAIN for its contribution to entrepreneurship development and youth employment in Africa.
Development institutions, civil society groups, and the youth from across the continent and the diaspora. And is focused on developing entrepreneurship, innovation, professional and employability capacities in young Africans in a way that will help tackle, the menace of youth unemployment and the conflict on the continent.
Specifically, on the excellent work that is being done, especially with regards to entrepreneurship development and youth employment in Africa. At Afreximbank, we believe strongly that youth entrepreneurship and innovation are pivotal to the continent's economic transformation. And as such, it is fitting that we support an initiative such as GAIN, which has young African entrepreneurs at the core of its agenda.
In 1992, at Rio in Brasilia, under the leadership of the United Nations, the world tries to set up what we call development. And they define 3 key pillars. First is economic, second is social inclusion, and the third is ecology. And now we can even add to this, these 3 pillars, security issue that has become very major issue.
A lot of things on my brain.
Now, the role of youth entrepreneurs cannot be overstressed in unlocking the economic potential of Africa. This is why Grand Africa Initiative, in collaboration with Africa Export-Import Bank, also organized a masterclass on entrepreneurship and intra-Africa trade. The program is part of the Africa Export-Import Bank's efforts to increase participation of African youth entrepreneurs in cross-border trade and expand trading activities under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. The GAIN Afreximbank Masterclass is designed to equip 200 young African entrepreneurs selected from across Africa.
So here is the issue. On the average, 11 million young people join the African labor market every year. But the continent is only able to provide 3.7 million jobs annually. So you can see the gap. Increasing the number of jobs created requires intentional support to young entrepreneurs so as to create more jobs.
Some people are quite shy about saying, I had nothing. I was lucky to go to school. Then I was lucky, even more lucky. I went to college. I was very fortunate. While I was in college, a professor of business inspired me, and I changed my major to business, and now I'm trying to start my own company. That's a typical, that's a kind of story. So Israel is asking, should you say something like that to an investor? And the answer is yes.